Hey, what's up my beautiful humans? Welcome back to my channel. It's BookELovesIAm and thank you for tuning in. Today I'm talking about the 5 craziest things that I have ever done to lose weight. So if you want to hear about those things, stay tuned. So, giving you a little bit of background on me, I do aspire to be in better health than I am right now. I don't have poor health, but I have gained so much weight and I'm not as active or as consistent at being active as I once was. Some things have happened and I really don't want to give a whole bunch of excuses, but I did move back home. I was in grad school. I got really unfocused, and so now I finished my master's degree. So let's talk about some of the craziest things that I've done to lose weight in the past. I've always struggled with weight loss. Ever since I was a child, I've been on a diet because I always was taller and bigger and more athletic than a lot of the girls that were around me. And I lived in an area where I was really one of the only kind of females that was like that. I could keep up with the boys and things like that when it came to sports. So I wanted to be the pretty little girly girl. I wanted to be the one that everybody liked, and I never was. So I would just start myself on these diets, and it got really bad. So the first craziest thing I ever did to lose weight was when I was like a sophomore in high school, and I found this diet called the Mayo Clinic diet. Has anybody ever heard of it? It's like you spend like 14 days where you have no carbs. You don't eat any carbs, like no bread, no nothing. It's just like chicken, a baked potato, and some green beans maybe, but you don't eat any processed carbohydrates like breads or anything like that. So you go 14 days straight like that, and then you get 2 days where you could eat whatever you want. I lost maybe 30 pounds and I was 15. So I also ran track. I also was on a dance team, and I also did dance outside of school as well too. So I was very active, and I wasn't drinking enough water and everything. I started having these fainting spells. But when I came back over the summer, you couldn't tell me nothing. So I didn't even care about fainting because I was like, oh, I lost these 30 pounds. I was about 180 in high school. So for that time when I was literally trying to kill myself with the Mayo Clinic diet, I was 150 and I was getting so much attention, and everybody was noticing how much weight I lost. But whenever I had to be out in the sun, and I grew up in Southern California, so it gets super hot during the summertime. So whenever I would be in the sun, I'm looking up at a whole bunch of people standing around me, and they're like, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? And they want to send me to the nurse's office, and she's like asking me if I'm pregnant, and she's asking me all these kind of, and I'm like, whoa. It's just like, leave me alone. The second craziest thing that I did was I actually would not eat. I would just be like, you know what, I'm not eating nothing. All I'm going to do is just drink some water with some lemon in it. So you can see that it just got progressively crazier and crazier. Over time, I just felt so unhappy. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm keeping the weight off, but I'm miserable. I can't eat nothing. I'm mad all the time. I'm angry. I was having mood swings. And I'm one of them people, I'm like that Snickers commercial. When I get mad, I think I turn into Suge Knight or something when I'm hungry. And I turn into Suge Knight when I'm hungry. Because I be ready to bust someone's head open. But for the sake of losing weight, I was like, I don't give a damn. I'm going to drink nothing but water and lemon. And again, the fainting spells came back. And then after I finally started eating back normal, I just ballooned. I went back up over even my normal weight. So now I'm yo-yoing. So I guess some years went by, and I was now in college, and I now lived in Miami. On top of that, I was a bartender. I was a server. I worked at I worked at 3 different spots, and the freshman 15. But I ended up having surgery where I had to be restricted to a bed for a while. And that even made me gain like the freshman 50. So I got really overweight, was like in the low 200s, and I'm 5'8". So a lot of people would just be like, oh, you're thick, especially in the South, especially in Miami. Like, you're thick. Nobody would ever say you're fat. Now, if I would have been living in LA, it was like, oh, you are a big girl, you know, whatever. So I just got used and comfortable to where I was. And years went by and years went by to the point where I just kept, as I went through my 20s, I just kept getting bigger and bigger. And they have this 3-day diet, right? Where you literally get a list of, you could have like half a grapefruit. So this is the 3rd craziest thing I've ever done. Half a grapefruit. You could have like a half a piece of brown toast with like some kind of jam on it or honey and tea. And it was just like, you would take that 3-day diet, you would lose 10 pounds. Again, with the yo-yoing. When you're off the 3-day diet, you eat whatever you want. And in Miami, you know, that's my people. That's the food that I love. Rice and beans, and because that's my spirit. I feel like the craziest of all is sitting here thinking that I can keep doing those fad diets and actually believing that those fad diets would have any kind of effect on me. I didn't start to see change in my weight until I got up to my heaviest, which was 270 pounds. And so even with me being tall for a girl, I sat down one day and I felt this big ass spare tire just sitting on my lap. But it didn't register to me. Like, I didn't know what was going on. So I'm driving and I'm like, I can't breathe, you know? So I'm like, what the hell? And then like, I looked down and it just dawned on me, and that mom was like, girl, you got this extra like 80 pounds sitting on your diaphragm. That's why you can't breathe. And I actually started a 21-day water challenge with one of my homeboys, KB Fitness. Shout out to him. He doesn't even know how much he changed my life. Just so I stopped drinking as much orange juice and I was just sticking to water. Alone in that 21-day period, I lost 15 pounds. That's when the smart weight loss started to come in. I started to understand that I had spent my whole life learning and eating the wrong thing. And I've never really been like a big fan of soul food. Don't judge me. It's just like, if you ate hot dogs every day, you would hate hot dogs. I would usually eat like fast food and just other quick food because I didn't want to eat what was at home. And so I never learned about nutrition. So I guess the other crazy thing I could say that would make me come to 5 would be the fact that I was always a lush. And when I say that, I mean, I love vodka. Like, that is my thing. I like champagne, even though it makes me crazy. I black out and do crazy things. Drinking is empty calories. So once I finally got my eating right and I got my mind right and got things together, I would sabotage myself on the weekend. Like, Monday through Friday, I'm good. Happy hour comes on Friday evening at 6 o'clock, and then you go to the beach and you rent a cabana on South Beach with your homegirls, and you bring a bottle of champagne and drink that whole thing. Whole bunch of drinking on the weekends in a 72-hour period, and still thinking I was going to lose the weight. When it comes down to it, it's 80-20. And they talk about the 80-20 rule in so many different aspects of life, but it really comes down to 80% of you being healthy. I'd probably say even higher than that. You have to make healthier choices. You have to be sleeping right. You have to be eating right, right state of mind, because honestly, the strong mind is going to lead the weak body. So those are the craziest things, is just having the wrong perspective and looking for that instant gratification is what caused me to go up and down in my weight loss journey. I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not at 270 anymore, and I am going to continue to go down, down, and down when I have to get back on track. Hear me talk about more things about weight loss. If you have any topics or questions, or even if your story is similar to mine and you have a video you want to share with me about it, let me know, because I'm always looking for inspiration, and you know I want to grow together. Hi yo, you still there? Make sure you subscribe. It's free.